welcome all of you officially. If you were not sure what link you clicked on, you are part of Ursuline College's RN to BSN to MSN Bridge Program Coffee Talk. The whole purpose of tonight's event will hopefully get you excited and informed to learn more about this bridge program that we offer. Before we delve into a little bit of a backstory about Ursuline, I would like to go ahead and introduce all of our lovely panelists that have joined me this evening. So I'd first like for you all to meet Dr. Janet Baker. She is the Associate Dean of Graduate Nursing Programs. She's also an Associate Professor at Ursuline. Dr. Baker, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Also on our esteemed panel tonight, we have Dr. Kimberly Dillon Bleach. She is the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Nursing Programs. She's also an Assistant Professor. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening to learn a little bit more about our programs.
Wonderful. Thank you. We also are packed panelists tonight. I also have joining us tonight Ebony Drummer. Miss Drummer, she is our newest addition to Ursuline. She is an instructor of nursing, and she is also the RN to BSN liaison. Welcome, Ebony.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. I'm so excited that you're here, and I can't wait to share more information to you about the program.
Thanks, Ebony. By the way, I've been talking and I haven't even introduced myself. I am Kate Teichman. I handle the RN to BSN program, which is the undergraduate side. I'm the admission counselor. I, along with my esteemed colleague over on the graduate side, Melanie Steele, is also joining me. She is the Director of Graduate Admissions. Welcome, Melanie.
Thank you so much, Kate. Looking forward to it. Hope everybody else is as well.
Great. So that's the panelists. So you'll see that we have folks that can answer all of your questions from the BSN side, but also for the graduate side as well. So those are our panelists tonight. A little bit of a backstory on Ursuline College if you don't know much about us. We are a small private liberal arts college. We are primarily a women's college, but we have a slight population of men, and we enjoy having them with us as well. We are located in Pepper Pike. We are about, depending on traffic, about 30 minutes. We're east side of Cleveland. We're nestled on 60+ acres. I'm virtually there. If you can see, this is our tag of our mural, Make Your World More. All of our programs are designed to encourage students to be successful. So with this program specifically, this bridge program, it enables students to have the advantages of Ursuline, but to also continue their education into their master's and hopefully beyond in their careers. So just to give you a little bit of back insights about the program, I am going to stop talking and enjoy my coffee, and I am going to go ahead. Before I turn it over, Melanie, is there anything you wanted to hit on before we talk about the program benefits of the RN to BSN program before I hand it off?
No, you're doing a great job, Kate. Thank you for sharing.
Sure, absolutely. So enough about me. I'm going to turn it over to Miss Ebony Drummer, who will give you all some insights about the program, and hopefully if you have any questions, remember to think of them for the chat section. So Ebony, it's all you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Teichman. So some of you may be here because you're thinking about continuing your education, and we are excited to hear about that. So if you're interested in a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, or a BSN for short, Ursuline offers a couple different tracks in order to enable you to do that. A couple things I want to tell you overall about the program, and more specifically about the bachelor's degree. It has come back that it is an affordable education, being $347 per credit hour. As you will see in the greater Cleveland area, there's various rates when it comes to working on your bachelor's, but this is pretty reasonable. It's kind of mid-ground. From an accessibility standpoint, I know we're in a season with COVID and work-life balance is challenging at the moment, but it is set up in an online format. I think we've all been in a position right now that if we didn't like online, we like it better now because we're staying safe, we're at home, and we are continuing to work our normal jobs as well as even take classes. So despite it being an online format, with the college being here, you could still probably come in and meet with an instructor if you needed to. Ursuline has a positive reputation within the nursing community, even though it may be categorized as a smaller liberal arts college. The nursing program is booming here. So it does have a positive reputation, and a lot of students come here because of the small classroom sizes. That means that you can really have that one-on-one with those instructors if you need it. The bachelor's program is offered in an accelerated format, meaning some classes are 5-week, some are 10-week. It just depends on the course. So that's helpful to know that there's some variation there. There's also variation within the start times. There's several start times that we offer per year. So this goes throughout the entire year. So not just the academic year, which may be categorized as in the fall and spring. So 9 times a year, this program would be eligible. If you were thinking that maybe later this fall would not be a good start, you can shoot for spring and possibly even summer. One thing that we will provide you if you're interested in the bachelor's program is a personal orientation. That may come from myself or even one of our other colleagues here within the nursing program. But as the RN-BSN liaison, I'll probably be interacting with you very often. And other support that we can provide you is registered nurse advisor. I happen to be a registered nurse, or at least the state says that I am. I can guide you through the program, be able to answer questions for you regarding the curriculum, general education courses, or even plug you in with some of my colleagues who may have more expertise than myself. As previously mentioned, there are on-campus resources available to you as well as virtual resources. So even though we're online, we can still set up meetings virtually to get you the assistance that you need. Sometimes this may be meetings with financial aid, with a tutor for general education courses, or even for nursing. So there's a lot of support available to you on campus. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so as I mentioned, there's a couple different routes that you can enter our program. But let's say you already have your nursing license and you're thinking about continuing on to get that bachelor's. These are the things that we will need from you or be expected of you: a GPA of a 2.5 or higher, an unencumbered Ohio license. There will need to be an application that can be done online and submitted to the college, along with letters of recommendation, a resume, and a personal statement for you on why you would like to shoot towards getting your bachelor's. I would imagine that within the greater Cleveland area, a lot of the main hospital systems, i.e. Cleveland Clinic, Metro Health, university hospitals, they are expecting their nurses to begin to work towards their bachelor's, to have a minimum of that. So they like to see nurses continuing their education, and some of them have parameters around making sure that you get your bachelor's in a certain amount of time. So those are some of the things that if you already have your nursing degree, nursing license, you will need. Let's say that you don't have your nursing license yet, but you're working on it right now. So we do offer a dual enrollment program as well. And with that program, you'll need some similar items. And when I say dual enrollment, let's say you're maybe at Lakeland, Tri-C, any community college, you're finishing up your program and you say, let me seek out information regarding a bachelor's. Who has the best program? Of course, I'll be biased and say us. But here are some of the things that you will need. And you'll need an admission letter. to the Partnering Associate Degree Nursing Program. So we need to confirm that you're truly a student within that respective program. We would also like to see a letter of intent from you to hear more about what your goals are, and why you like to take this journey. The other thing that we'll be looking for is you to have a GPA of at least a 3.0 from high school or from the college courses that you've already taken from a degree granting institution. Okay, so that's going to be very important. That won't be something that I will be confirming. Some of my peers here at Ursuline College will help me to ensure that all of these things are in place, but this is something to kind of get your mind thinking. Okay. So what will you need to take here? So let's say you make the decision, you decide to come to Ursuline. What are going to be some of your responsibilities while you're here? Well, there's a 32-hour residency here. And what that means is the expectation is you'll need to have at least 32 credit hours worth of work here at Ursuline to be eligible to receive a bachelor's in nursing. Now, can you use some of the coursework that you've taken at another college or university? Sure. That's where my colleagues come in to verify which classes that you've taken at another college or university is going to be acceptable here, and that's going to transfer. So it's easier said than done, but there is a formula that the college uses, and they take a very close look at some of those core courses, or excuse me, some of those courses that you've already taken, and you can be awarded between 6 up to 21 credits. So not only those 32 hours of residency, but there's some core nursing courses that you are also going to need to take to be eligible to receive a bachelor's of nursing from Ursuline College. I'm not going to read them off here, but this is a short list of them. And I know this presentation and some other documents have been sent to you already in preparation for it. So that was the BSN portion. Now I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Dr. Janet Baker, to talk about the option of transitioning into the MSN program.
Thank you, Ebony. So this slide here indicates that some of your courses taken in your BSN program can transfer into the MSN program. We call them bridge courses. So while you're completing your BSN, the last 2 courses that you may need can be taken at the graduate level in advanced pathophysiology and introduction to evidence-based practice. And then they count towards completing your BSN degree, as well as count towards then you earning your Master's of Science in Nursing degree. That is for the advanced practice registered nurse track, the nurse practitioner tracks in our master's program. And then in the leadership track, if you prefer to work in nursing leadership, nursing management, administration, the 2 courses that transfer into the master's program or are considered bridge courses are the nursing leadership practicum and the evidence-based practice course as well, the same course as before. So you do have some options there if you want to make it like a seamless transition into the Master's of Science in Nursing program to prepare you either as a nurse leader or in advanced practice role such as nurse practitioner. Next slide. So the tracks that we offer here at Ursuline College are the Adult Gerontology Primary Care Nurse Practitioner track, the Adult Gerontology Acute Care Nurse Practitioner track, the Family Nurse Practitioner track, an Adult Gerontology Clinical Nurse Specialist track, and then the Leadership track. So you can choose among any of those tracks that you may be interested in pursuing for your Master's of Science in Nursing. We have then a transition to our Doctorate of Nursing practice. It may be more than you're thinking about today. You'd be surprised at how quickly time goes. And while you're in school, sometimes you might as well be continuing so that you don't have to return later and you can get a terminal degree as a Doctor of Nursing practice. So there's some bridge courses into our Doctorate of Nursing practice degree as well, if you're interested in going on then in pursuing your Doctorate of Nursing practice. I do have brochures on both the Masters of Science in Nursing program as well as the DMP program that I can either share with you now, or that if you want to, Kate, you can send to them, or we can see what their interest level is in receiving them. And then I can also review a little bit about what it looks like to do your Masters of Science of Nursing here at Ursuline College. What would you like, Kate?
I was just sending through the file transfer all of the different tracks for the MSN.
Okay.
I also have the brochures for the MSN and DNP program that I can also send through the chat.
Okay.
Previously, before the event, everybody was emailed these brochures as well, so they're getting them in multiple places. But
Okay.
in case they haven't checked their email, I'm going to send them through the chat so you can all peruse all the information that we're getting for you and look at them while Dr. Baker is talking.
So I can certainly, do you mind if I share my screen?
No, not at all.
Okay. So basically, there's a curriculum guide here, and it lists all of the different tracks and how many credits are required for each track. In addition to offering these tracks, we also offer subspecialties in nursing education and palliative care, and you can see how many credits those require. We do offer postmaster's certificate, but right now you really wouldn't be interested in that. But here's a typical curriculum plan for your Master's of Science in Nursing. So it's a little different than when you're completing your associate degree or your bachelor's degree. You can take 1 or 2 courses at a time each semester, so you can work through the master's degree as well as the DMP program at your own pace. The majority of our students do work full-time, and sometimes they opt to just take 1 course at a time. Also, if you're working at one of the major hospitals in Northeast Ohio, they usually provide for tuition support. So oftentimes students can totally pay for their master's and their doctoral degrees by getting tuition support from their employers. So as a result, they can actually take 1 class at a time and have it totally paid for and not have to worry about taking out loans. So we offer that to you and provide you with assistance as needed to schedule your courses and to meet that requirement, so that you find that you can pretty much cover your tuition costs through your employer assistant. We allow for tuition deferment, so you do not have to pay for your courses until 30 days after the end of the semester. That gives you time to be paid for the tuition by your employer and then pay your account here at Ursuline College. So here's a typical curriculum plan for the adult gerontology primary care nurse practitioner. So we do level 1, which is the first year. So if you choose to be full-time, it's 2 classes at a time. We offer some classes online, but the majority of our classes are face-to-face classes. So you meet 1 night per week for each class, and you meet the same night every week for those courses throughout the semester. And we offer those courses from 5:30 to 8:30 in the evening, so you can schedule it around your work. So this is a typical plan for completing your master's degree as a primary care nurse practitioner. And I believe we've also indicated the few courses that we offer online. You do have those options. And then this is what a part-time curriculum would look like, where you just took 1 class each semester. It would take you about 1 additional year, but it's certainly something that many people do, and it's an option for you if you want to just be steady at completing your Master's of Science in Nursing degree. So for each one of the tracks, we've given you a curriculum plan. There's a lot of core courses that any Master's of Science in Nursing student takes, but then they subspecialize at level 3. So as you may see, there's an additional course for family nurse practitioner in the family nurse practitioner track. It is actually just one additional course from the adult gerontology primary care nurse practitioner track. So that will enable you to see the entire family from newborns to death, whereas the adult gerontology primary care nurse practitioner degree allows you to see patients 14 years and older. So you can kind of take a look at that. And then also we've given you a part-time option for that. For the acute care nurse practitioner track, this is for nurses that want to stay working in the hospital, primarily as hospitalists or acute care nurse practitioners in the critical care units or the ED. And again, the curriculum plan is very similar to the other tracks. The only difference is at level 3, and here we focus on acute care management and acute care and critical care type patients versus ambulatory patients and primary care patients. There's both a full-time and part-time curriculum that's offered there. And then we also offer the clinical nurse specialist track. That's for someone that usually is employed either by a physician practice or by a hospital system to oversee a specific population of patients, say heart failure patients or pulmonary patients or patients with anticoagulation needs, those kinds of services. And there's a curriculum plan for those students, full and part-time. If you're interested in the leadership track, this would be somebody that's really interested in leading healthcare systems. It doesn't necessarily have to be hospital systems. It can be home care services. It can be any kind of healthcare service in the community. This program is offered fully online. You can take one course at a time if you like, or you can take 2 courses at a time, which is considered full-time. And we offer these courses throughout the year. As you can see, these are the different semesters. You can actually complete this track in 2 years. When you complete this track, then you earn a Master's of Science in Nursing, but you are not an advanced practice registered nurse. But if you're not interested in that, that may not be important to you. All of the hours that you earn as a Master's of Science in Nursing count towards your doctoral degree practice hours. So then after you finish either any of these tracks, or we do have a program where you can add on DNP courses while you're completing your Master's of Science in Nursing to finish your terminal degree or your Doctorate of Nursing practice. This is the part-time option for that. And then some of the postmaster's certificates that we offer will be applicable when you've completed your advanced practice tracks and you want to add other specializations as a nurse practitioner. So the 2 booklets that we also offered looks like this, Master's of Science in Nursing, and this pretty much details the requirements for the Master's of Science in Nursing degree, what our mission and our goals are here for the graduate nursing program, and it gives you an overview of each one of the tracks, how many credit hours are required, as well as a kind of a summary of what you do as a nurse practitioner in that particular track in that role. And then it primarily lists the different options that you have for subspecialties, postmaster certificates, and gives you the admissions requirements. So we'll be giving you a booklet for the MSN as well as the DMP. And I think next, Kate, you and Melanie, we're going to talk about the application processes for both the RN to BSN and the RN to MSN programs. Is that correct?
Yep. And Dr. Baker, would you mind stop sharing your screen? Perfect. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right, so for the application process, all of that is done right online, ursuline.edu/apply. Ideally, we would like you to note your interest in the Bridge program on your application, or as soon as you decide that that's the track you wanted to take. That way you can be advised correctly by your faculty advisor. The application will be reviewed by UCAP and graduate faculty, and you'll be admitted to the RN to BSN program and the MSN program at the same time. So just a quick look at the application. You will start by creating an account right in here. Similar to when you're shopping online, you're going to go ahead and create an account with a password, and then you will fill out the application from there. And Kate, I will turn it over to you if you have anything to add to that.
We try to make it easy for you. Keep in mind that if you don't want to do it all in one sitting, it's designed for you to do it either in one sitting or to take it in pieces. So just keep that in mind. The application is free to do. It's all online. It's through our secure server. So keep in mind that any confidential information that you put in there is confidential. Anything that you ever would want to upload for your application, you can do that at the time that you apply, or keep in mind that you can, at least for the RN to BSN side, you can always feel free, because I'm the admission counselor for that program, both pre and post licensure, you can always send me transcripts electronically. Sometimes the upload process is not as seamless as we would like, so don't let that stop you from filling out an application. I'm more than happy to accept transcripts on your behalf, and I can upload those for you. Keep in mind, we do need official transcripts, but we are, with the COVID environment, taking those unofficial ones preliminarily. Just keep in mind that if you do submit unofficial transcripts with your application, we will eventually need those official ones. Official ones come directly from the college, directly to Ursuline, either via snail mail or through a PDF. So just keep that in mind. The other thing that I want to mention is that for anybody that's looking at the pre-licensure program, Ebony mentioned earlier about that one form that you all fill out. That is really going to save you a lot with this application process with regard to your materials. So again, this is all for anybody pre-licensure that is in the ADN program at either Lakeland or Lorraine, that you just need to fill out one form, that intent to enroll form. And once you do, that allows the folks at your respective schools to share with Ursuline all of your transcripts. So you don't have to worry about requesting those. We take care of those for you. So again, it's a nice benefit, again, for the pre-licensure students that we have at Lakeland and Lorraine. So it's important that if you are interested in applying, that you go ahead and you stop in and get that intent to enroll form. I will also have a blank one that if you ever wanted to fill it out and then just mail it in to the Student Service Center, you can do that as well. So just keep that in mind. Because the RN to BSN program is an accelerated program, and because we have 9 start dates, we encourage you to apply whenever you're ready. But keep in mind that because we do have a rolling application, all that basically means is that, let's say you're thinking, I want to start summer 2021 is my time. If you apply now and you put your anticipated start date of summer, you're not locked into actually starting on that actual date. This program does not run on a cohort style. So that means that whenever you're ready, if you've got everything in and you have an admission decision, we would be able to get you in 9 times throughout the year. So just keep that in mind, that we don't really have hard and fast deadlines for the RN to BSN program because of that very reason. So just keep that in mind. But if you have any questions about the more nuanced pieces of the application, you can always feel free to reach out to me for the undergrad side. Melanie handles for the graduate side. We are actually working very soon on one application, because as of now, it is currently 2 applications. Do I have that right, Melanie? That it would be 2 applications, whereas somebody that was interested in this bridge program would apply first to the BSN program, RN to BSN, and then apply for the MSN. We're working to streamline that. So just bear with us that if you're ready to start applying right away, that it is just 2 applications. So I just want to let you all know about that. But the good news about that is that until we get that one application, all of those materials that you might have submitted, so you might have submitted a resume or a letter of recommendation, we can copy those to your graduate application. So just keep that in mind, that it's not paying for transcripts twice or submitting documents twice, that anything that is used for the RN to BSN side can be used for the graduate side as well. So we try to make it easy with the online application, but again, when in doubt, feel free to reach out to myself or to Melanie. We are your 2-point people. We are the only ones at Ursuline really that work with this program on the admission side. So we're your ladies that we can help you with that process. Again, it's not meant to make it stressful for you. We want you to stretch, not struggle. So just keep that in mind. So this is how to reach us. You've all, everybody that attended today got some emails from myself, from Melanie, but this is actually, you know, how to reach us. You have our Ursuline emails here as well, along with our information on how to reach us in the office. Keep in mind that we are 100% open at Ursuline, but we still are doing remote work. So if by chance you happen to reach us at our office and we're not there, go ahead and leave us a voicemail. On all of those one-pagers and those brochures that I sent through the chat, keep in mind that there are program contacts. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn for the rest of my panelists, Dr. Baker, Ms. Drummond, and Dr. Dillon, that if a student ever wanted to speak to either of you one-on-one, nurse to nurse, is that appropriate? Can they go ahead and reach out to you if they're looking around or if they're just applying? Is that okay? Do we have unanimous hands up that we're transparent and accessible?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Great.
They can write down our emails if they want.
Sure, absolutely.
Mine's easy. jbaker@ursuline.edu.
Wonderful. And I will go ahead and follow up with everybody that attended as well. I see Dr. Dillon sent hers through the chat as well. I can send over Ebony's as well through the chat, but I will also follow up when I send the link for this recording. I'll make sure to put all of our contact information on one sheet for you all. Oh, there's sent Ebony's contact information. So again, I can't stress that enough, that we're here at any stage, that if you're just looking around, we are here to be helpful because we want you to be informed and to feel as though we are here for you. On the RN to BSN side, it is an online program. And the idea is that with some online programs, you feel as though it's an online and nobody's there to help you. We offer personalized support. We are a small school, if I haven't mentioned that already. So feel free to reach out to us at any time. Those, again, are our numbers. So you've heard a lot of information tonight from us, but now we would like to turn it over to you all. I know you've been thinking of some great questions, so we have a little bit of time before we do our giveaway for the gift card. Be thinking for a few moments if you have some questions. Again, you're going to be using the chat. And once those come through, we will direct it to the appropriate person, whether that's in admissions or whether that's program faculty. So we're ready for them. What do you have for us?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All of a sudden, okay. All of a sudden, I couldn't hear you all. Can you say hello?
Yes.
Yep, go ahead with
Okay.
your question.
Thank you. I have been, I'm sorry. I have been accepted in the Lakeland program beginning spring. So I need to just know how soon can I start the program? Do I have to wait until I do a semester there, or how does that go?
I'm going to defer this to Dr. Dillon. I would imagine you have to get a couple classes under your belt first, but I'm going to ask Dr. Dillon to chime in just in case.
Yes. Hi, is that Dawn who asked the question?
Yes,
Hi, Dawn. It's nice to meet you. So you're currently at Lakeland in their associate degree RN program, is that correct?
yes. And
Okay.
I already have a bachelor's degree. So,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't know how to even get started on that.
If you're accepted into the associate degree RN program, you can go ahead and apply with Ms. Teichman, and you will need to meet the grade point average, have the letter of intent from Lakeland and your letter of acceptance, and then you go ahead and apply. And once you've begun taking your nursing classes, not the prereqs, but the actual nursing classes, you can start to take some of our nursing classes. But if you're not in nursing classes yet, you still have the opportunity to take some of those core classes. Now, having a bachelor's degree already, after they do your transcript evaluation, I'm not sure what you would have left to take in that realm, but if there were courses, you could get it started on those as well. So anytime now, you're welcome to apply, and we can go ahead and get you started. Ms. Teichman, do you have anything to add that you would need?
Okay, thank you.
No, I can't really think of anything. Yeah, with somebody that already has a second, already has a bachelor's degree, some of them, for the nursing classes, you have to be at Lakeland's ADN nursing program for a semester before you can start taking classes at Ursula.
Okay.
But keep in mind, though, that there are some non-nursing classes that you might have, like there may be like one or two that you haven't had that you could start taking at Ursuline that, again, they're non-nursing. We do have some students that do that, but again, that we do something that if you ever, this is for any program on the undergraduate side, that if you are ever interested in knowing specifically how many classes it's going to be, not only what classes, but how many, we can do something called a preliminary degree audit or a transfer credit evaluation. And what that would tell you is it would tell you, based on your previous college classes, these are the classes that we're going to accept, and how do we accept them, okay? So as you saw, on the one pager, and I'll share my screen for you all because I'm a visual learner. So for me, when people want to hear about what it is that they're getting in for, I want to make sure that they know what it is that I'm talking about. So I sent, again, through the chat, but I'll also share with you, my screen. So can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Just want to make sure. So this is the, to get your BSN, these are all the courses in total, okay? So there's the nursing core, which are all nursing classes at Ursuline. They're 10 weeks, they're all online. Same with the core classes. These are courses that go towards the BSN. The BSN is not all nursing. You're gonna have some other classes that you're gonna take, okay? So if you ever wanted to know, based on your previous classes, what we're going to accept and how we accept them, we will do that, and then you'll know, oh, if I was at, Lakeland and I took College Comp 1 and 2, those would fulfill for Ursuline's college composition and research. I don't have to take that again. The other thing that we can do as well is that if you're looking at some holes, so let's say you get your audit, and let's say you're missing for some reason maybe a sociology or maybe an English literature, okay? You have the option of either taking that at Ursuline as part of your curriculum, or if you feel like, you'd want to go to Tri-C or Lakeland, we can actually give you equivalent courses that you could take somewhere else before you come to Ursuline. So we're happy to do that. Affordability is something that we're very mindful of. If we haven't mentioned it before, we are the #1 most affordable liberal arts college in Ohio. And we do really stick to that. So keep in mind that if you ever wanted that, we can do that for you. We just need your transcripts, okay? So unofficials will do. Keep in mind there's gonna be some classes that you're just not gonna be able to take anywhere else. Ebony talked about that residency. There's gonna be some classes you've gotta take at Ursuline. 2 of those, again, these are just for people that do not have a bachelor's degree already. this identity, diversity, and community and capstone, those are Ursuline specific common courses. Everybody's got to take them. So those are classes we're not going to be able to give you an equivalent, but they're here for you so that you can see. Also the religious studies and the philosophy, 300 level and religious studies or philosophy, you're not going to find those at, you know, community college. So those would be something most likely that you'd have to take at Ursuline. So again, there's some, you know, wiggle room, if you will, on the courses. But again, if you ever wanted to know hard and fast what it is that I'm looking at, either post-licensure or if you're pre-licensure or second degree, we can do that for you even without you applying, okay? So I hope that gave you a little bit more information. How does that, did I answer everything and more for you?
Yes. Yeah, I would have to just do the first semester before I can actually get into that program. So
To the nursing, yeah, the nursing. But I mean, you know, we do have some second degree students already that are accepted into the ADN program and they're waiting, you know, if they aren't scheduled to start with their nursing program until, let's say, you know, fall of 2021, you know, they're just kind of waiting. You know, if you apply and you're admitted into our program, we do not have a problem with you knocking off, you know, that capstone seminar. That's going to be an Ursuline specific, or, you know, maybe you haven't taken bioethics. That is not waived for second degree, so that might be something else. Again, the only not disadvantage. I don't ever like to put a negative, but the only thing is that once you do get started in your nursing program, if you feel nursing is not for you, you would have taken some classes over at Ursuline and, you know, they wouldn't apply to anything. So that's the only thing that I always just, you know, put out there for folks. But yeah, any non-nursing classes, sure, that's not going to be a problem. We want to keep you engaged.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. I got two questions. The first question is, by me being I was a previous Ursuline student back in 2014. So will I have to resubmit like a letter of recommendation and a statement and a resume for the program? And the second question is, will my nursing credits that I took at Ursuline still stand today?
You want me
Which
to go ahead?
program are you interested in? Are you looking at the RN to BSN, or are you directly into the MSN? RN to BSN?
Yes.
So I would say for the RN to BSN program, Shakira, the credits you took at Ursuline would be evaluated to see where they fit and what they could fit for. That would definitely be part of that transcript evaluation that they do. And I have a strong feeling, and I'm trying to remember what you may have taken. I'm going to say probably some of those courses may fit into that piece there, but the best way to know is to have a transcript evaluation done. And Kate, that would be with Laurel, correct? She could probably give us a really good indication based on your transcript of what would actually give you credit for. And the other question was with the application, and Kate, you can correct me if I'm missing anything, but it is either the resume, personal statement about you and what you are trying to pursue or to achieve, or it could just be your resume. So it's one of those three things that you would submit with your application, not all three. Does that help, Shakira?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
But if you want to, you could go ahead and apply and put everything in there. Certainly wouldn't discourage that. You know, especially, you know, if you feel that, you know, the cumulative GPA, you know, is not as strong. The minimum for the post-licensure is 2.5, pre-licensure is a 3.0. We have a holistic admissions process, so that means that we don't just look at your GPA, we look at the whole person. You are whole people. You're not just a GPA, you're not just your test scores. So just keep that in mind, that, you know, the minimum is just, you know, a resume or a letter of rec or an essay. But if you want to submit all three, if you want to submit 4, that's great. that gives us ability to connect with you and learn more about you. A lot has changed, I'm sure, since you were last at Ursuline. So let's get to know you as you are now. And the applications are not just reviewed, you know, by one person. There's a committee. So there are people that are weighing in and looking at, you know, you as a whole person. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Great
And
question.
my transcript should be on their way because I just sent all 3 of them from IT Tech, Tri-State, and Lorraine County.
Perfect.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I was wondering, since I just took my NCLEX maybe 2 weeks ago and I got my results from Pearson, like using the quick results, do I need to wait for my official results from the state to say that I passed before I apply?
I would say you could probably go ahead and apply. By the time you get that process in place with the application, we'll be able to check your license as well. And Kate, if you have anything to add to that, I think if you go ahead and submit, then we would check your licensure, and it should be pretty quick. If you got your results via, Pearson, it should be coming around on the board pretty quick. So what Kate usually does is just takes a quick look at the Ohio Board of Nursing, looks you up, there you are, it's good.
Okay,
So you can go ahead and begin that process.
I wasn't sure if it would look different. I know it said like active when I had my temporary license, so I wasn't sure if it would look different once I was done.
We've been having interesting fun with that this year with the temporary graduate licenses. It doesn't change. So from the time you get your graduate temporary, it looks like you're fully licensed. And then after you take NCLEX, it doesn't look any different. So we've been having fun trying to figure out who's graduate temporary and who's all full official there. So no, we'll go ahead and take a look there, but shouldn't be any issue.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great question. We have a question in the chat from Georgia. Will Ursuline accept Lakeland's pathophysiology class? And will this class count towards the BSN degree at Ursuline?
Sorry, Georgia, I was getting there to reply. I was in the middle of replying to you in the chat box privately, so we didn't send everything everywhere, but thank you for the question. I'm fairly confident if it's the pathophysiology that you're taking for the associate degree nursing program, I'm fairly confident that it does, unless it's a different, because sometimes there's different courses there. But if it's the one that you're taking that's required for your associate degree program, then the odds are yes, it's going to transfer. Did that help, Georgia, or did I miss anything?
I'll keep an eye on the chat for her answer. In the meantime, these are all great questions. Anybody have anything else to ask?
Hi, my name's Jessie. I had a question. Sorry, I'm at work, so I'm just trying to step into the break room to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead, Jessie. Thanks for joining us.
I only registered this morning for the virtual chat, so I wasn't getting any emails that the other students were getting. So I was just wondering if I can get that so that way I can see and catch up with that. And then I also had a question. So I'm currently in the Lakeland's nursing program. I'm not sure if I missed it or not, because like I said, I was trying to like step into the side for it. Is there a equivalency sheet or something for Ursuline and Lakeland for like the credits?
It just depends. Are you talking about like the nursing or the non-nursing classes?
The nursing, because I already have my bachelor's as well.
Okay.
So most of them, I looked at Akron's, RN-BSN, and some of the other ones, and most of the credits I already had. So it's basically just the nursing ones.
So when looking at the, go ahead, Kate.
Oh, no. Go for it.
When you come in with your associate's degree, so the courses that you take at Lakeland to finish up that associate degree, you do get escrow credit for a number of those. You still have those remaining ones, though, that were in the presentation that you would still have to take. So we have and our 226, which is a Foundations of Practice. We have an evidence-based practice course. If you had pathophysiology and health assessment there and passed the health assessment competency, those two you do get credit for. And then we also have the other courses like the societal impact on women and women's health. We have the community health course, and then the leadership and practicum course that you would take as well. So there are those courses that you will still take for the nursing piece, but the other ones that you've taken for that associate degree do come over and do apply as escrow credit. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
And Jesse, I will send over the copy of the email with the attachments at the end of this, and we'll get you caught up. So no problem.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and keep in mind again that preliminary degree audit or transfer credit evaluation, whatever it is we can do that, you know, for anybody at any time. We just need your transcripts. So we need transcripts from all undergraduate schools that you attended. So that's the best way to get an idea. And then we can also give you suggestions on if you love going to Lakeland or a specific school, community college in the area. We would be able to help you with that. We had a question, I don't know if we answered it, so please forgive me, but we had one about the classes that that a student likes the face-to-face. Would we recommend taking the core classes at Holden since finishing up the ADN at Lakeland? I don't think we addressed that one.
Actually, Kate, I did reply to Heather independently, instead of just replying to everybody in case we got a little more detailed into what we were talking about.
Okay.
But Heather, if you still have questions, let me know.
Yeah.
Well,
Did we answer all your burning questions?
All right, Kate, do you want to do the gift card giveaway for everybody that joined us?
Absolutely. Wonderful. Yes. So thank you so much for all of you for attending. I just want to again thank all of my panelists for attending tonight, Dr. Dillon, Dr. Baker, Ms. Drummer, Ms. Steele, and myself. We thank you all so much for coming for tonight. We hope we gave you a lot of information, and hopefully we'll have 2 lucky winners of our gift cards since you all stayed with us until the very end. So we're gonna have it be a little bit fun. So I have a fun wheel that I concocted. Can all of you see the wheel? And so basically I just put all of your names in there. You all attended this event, and it's all random. So I just wanna put that out there. So I'm gonna actually drum roll, spin the wheel for you all, and what'll happen is if your name is called, we will go ahead and send to you a coffee themed gift card. So just for being an attendee tonight. So thank you so much. So our first winner of the coffee themed gift card will be
Oh, me. Yay.
Very good. So we will make sure that we have our first winner. Congratulations. I'm going to remove her name from the wheel. So we have everybody else's left. And our last winner for tonight of the gift card will be Jesse. Congratulations to our 2 winners of the coffee themed gift cards. I will be sending you an email, so check your email. Hopefully it doesn't end up in your spam, but we'll figure out the best way for you to go ahead and receive your coffee themed gift card. But again, for those of you that did not win the coffee themed gift card, I hope you enjoyed some lovely coffee at your home. And I hope that you will continue to explore being at Ursuline. And if again, there are any questions that you have, you know, along the way, you know how to reach us all. We all sent through our chat all of our email addresses as well, but be on the lookout for follow-up email from me and from everybody to send you more information than you could possibly imagine. But again, I thank you all so much for attending. It was lovely to see you all in this virtual environment. Have a great rest of your evening. Anybody else want to say anything before we say goodnight? All right.
We all look forward to working with you.
I do.
Oh,
Georgia?
yes.
I had sent you something in the chat box. If you can email me, and if you can send me the syllabus, I can get it looked at and I can give you an answer. I just wanted to make sure you saw it before we depart.
Okay. All right. Thank you.